You've got $500 sitting in your account right now. Maybe it took you 2 months to save it. Maybe it was a tax refund. Maybe you just told yourself, okay, this time I'm actually doing something with it. And you open your phone. You Google how to invest for beginners. And suddenly you're staring at words like ETFs, index funds, brokerage accounts, expense ratios, Roth IRA contribution limits, and you just close the tab because it felt like the internet assumed you already knew things nobody ever actually taught you. So the $500 just sits there in your checking account, doing nothing, slowly getting eaten by inflation. And you're sitting there thinking, am I already behind? Is $500 even enough to start? Or is investing just for people who already have money? Here's what most people don't realize. The reason you haven't invested yet isn't because you don't have enough money. And it's not because you're bad with money. It's because nobody gave you a clear, honest, step-by-step plan built for someone starting with exactly what you have right now. Most investing content online is either too complicated or too vague. Just buy index funds. Okay, which ones? On what platform? In what order? How much? That's what we're actually going to answer today. My name is Host, and on Fun IQ Finance, I spend way too much time thinking about how regular people can build real wealth without the finance degree, without the fancy vocabulary, and without already being rich. If you've ever stared at your savings account wondering if you're doing this money thing completely wrong, you're in exactly the right place. Hit that subscribe button right now. We drop new money videos every week, and what's coming next week, you're going to want to see it. All right, let's get into this. First, let's kill a myth that's keeping a lot of people stuck. You do not need thousands of dollars to start investing. That idea is outdated. 10 years ago, most brokerages had account minimums of $1,000, $2,000, even $5,000. Today, most major platforms let you start with $1. Fractional shares exist now. You can own a piece of Amazon or Apple for $10. $500 is genuinely not just enough to try, enough to build something. Here's the thing though, where you put that $500 matters more than almost anything else right now. Because the biggest mistake beginners make isn't picking the wrong stock. It's putting their money in the wrong type of account first. Let me explain what I mean. There are 2 layers to investing. Layer 1 is the account, the container. Layer 2 is what you put inside that container, the actual investments. Most people skip straight to layer 2 and never think about layer. That's a mistake that can literally cost you thousands in taxes over time. So here's where your $500 should go first. And this is the order that actually matters. Step 1. If your job offers a 401k with an employer match, and you're not contributing at least enough to get that full match, stop everything. That match is free money. A 50% match on your contribution is a guaranteed 50% return before the market does. Nothing else in investing gives you that instant. Nothing. Let's run some numbers. Say your employer matches 50 cents for every dollar you contribute, up to 6% of your salary. If you make $40,000 a year, you're not contributing at least 6%. You're leaving $1,200 a year on the table. Every single year. That's not a small thing. Step 2. If you don't have a 401k match, or once you've maxed that out, open a Roth IRA. This is the single most powerful account for a beginner investor. Here's why. Money goes in after tax. It grows completely tax-free. And when you retire and pull out, you pay 0 in taxes. 0. The IRS gets nothing. If you're 25 years old and you put $500 into a Roth IRA today, and it grows at the historical stock market average of about 8% per year, that $500 becomes roughly $7,300 by the time you're 65. And you owe no taxes on any of that growth. That's the power of the right container. This is where it gets really interesting. Because here's the question most people never ask themselves. It's not what should I invest in? It's what am I actually investing for? Because those 2 questions lead to completely different decisions. If your goal is retirement, Roth IRA, low-cost index funds, long time horizon, you barely have to touch it. If your goal is to grow money you might need in 5 to 7 years, taxable brokerage account, still index funds, but with more awareness around when you might sell. The point is, strategy without a goal is just gambling with extra stakes. Now, before I give you the exact breakdown of what to actually buy inside that account, I want you to do something right now. Drop a comment below and tell me, how long have you been thinking about investing without actually doing it? 6 months? A year? 3 years? Be honest, because your answer is going to tell me exactly what's been holding you back, and I want to address it directly. Comment right now. I read every single one. Look, if a Roth IRA breakdown just made something click for you, hit the like button. One tap. That's all it takes. It tells me to keep making videos like this instead of the other stuff. So, you've opened your Roth IRA. You've got $500 in it. Now what do you actually buy? Here's the strategy. And I'm going to keep this simple on purpose. For a beginner with $500, you don't need 12 different investments. You don't need to pick individual stocks. You need 1 or 2 things that do the heavy lifting for you automatically. Option 1, a total market index fund. Something like VTI, which tracks the entire U.S. stock market in one single fund. Over 3,500 companies. One purchase, you're instantly diversified. The expense ratio, which is the fee the fund charges, is 0.03%. That's basically free. Option 2, an S&P 500 index fund. Something like VOO or FXAX. This tracks the 500 largest U.S. companies. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, all in one. Same idea. Low cost, built-in diversification. Historically returns around 10% per year on average over long periods. Now here's what most people don't realize about these. You're not picking winners and losers. You're betting on the entire economy growing over time. And historically, over every 20-year period in U.S. market history, the market has gone up. Every single one. Let me give you a quick example. Meet Marcus. Marcus is 24, works a regular job, saved up $500. I was terrified to invest in it. Kept it in his savings account, earning 0.4% interest, which after inflation was actually losing value every year. One Saturday, he finally opened a Roth IRA, transferred his $500, bought shares of VTI, and then did nothing. Didn't panic when a market dipped. Didn't sell. Didn't check it every day. Just let it sit. He also set up a $50 automatic monthly contribution. That's $600 a year. Not life-changing in a single month, but over 10 years, with average market returns, that $500 starting investment plus $50 a month turns into roughly $11,400. Over 30 years, closer to $75,000 from $50 a month. That's not magic. That compound interest doing what compound interest does. It just needs time. And here's what always hits me about Marcus's story and stories like his. The hardest part wasn't the investing. It was the starting. It was the decision to stop letting the money sit there and do nothing. Because here's the truth most people don't like hearing. Inflation is running at around 3 to 4% right now. If your money is sitting in a regular checking account earning 0.01% interest, you're losing purchasing power every single month. The longer you wait, the more ground you give up. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to know everything. You just need to start with what you have, which is $500, put it in the right account, buy a low-cost index fund, and let time do the work. Go back to that moment at the top of this. You're staring at your phone. $500 in your account. Every tab you open makes it more confusing. Now you know exactly what to do. Open a Roth IRA. Buy VTI or VOO. Set up even $25 a month automatically. And stop waiting for the perfect time because it does not exist. The best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time is right now. If this video finally made investing feel like something you can actually do, subscribe to Fun IQ Finance right now. Because next week we're going deep on the biggest mistake people make after they start investing, and it's costing them more than they realize. And I want to know something. What do you want your finances to be 12 months from today? Not someday. 12 months. Drop it in the comments below. Make it specific. Make it real. Because of the future, it starts with the decision you make today.